I'm feeding you questions now.
Yeah, the Big Finish audio, and in 2010 you did get input into designing a new outfit.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that outfit and how that kind of came about being?
It came about simply because the photographs that, when I first started to come to shows like this, and we took photographs to sign, and of course the only photographs that existed were sort of already 15 years old. They were a little bit, I don't know, and much as I loved the movie, they were the only ones that we had, and the costume, it was what it was. And we were in New Zealand, I think, and the guy who ran the show now, he said, you know what, Paul, he said, if you rang the BBC or you spoke to somebody there, you could persuade them to let you do whatever you wanted. Get another costume, make one up of your own, and a look of your own, and we could just do some new photographs. This was simply to make new photographs. So I called the BBC. Anyway, it's like calling the Kremlin. And eventually, after about a month, I was put through to the proper person. We didn't even have a name, they had a number, I think, or something. Anyway, and they said, okay, go ahead, and we'll look the other way. And so I made this thing. We invented this simple costume. It was the leather jacket. I finally did the leather jacket thing. I got rid of my funds fixation, and it was this. My father, my late father, who I adored, was a sailor, like all the men in my family. And this was a peacoat, what they called a peacoat. It was a 19th century, it was an American sailor's outfit. So we made this thing in leather, because I always thought, well, the Doctor was a voyager, and I just wanted, there's a link to my dad, right, for the Freudians in the room. So we did that, and I got this bag, and I used my real hair for once. We made some good photographs, and that was really the story of it. But of course, when we came to do the Night of the Doctor, nobody talked about it. It was just quietly forgotten about. They still haven't mentioned it. Nobody mentioned it. But they made me wear. They made me wear. I was glad to wear it. In the Night of the Doctor, something proper. Canon. It's a great word, canon, isn't it? I'd never heard the word until I was on Doctor Who. Canon.
So would you say generally you're pleased with the outfit for Night of the Doctor?
Yeah, I was thrilled with it. I didn't have any input into that at all. Because again, I think that was part of the secrecy of the thing. And the speed at which we shot the Night of the Doctor was really quick. And we shot it in a day and a bit. And when I got there, this costume was there. So it was literally, come on, put the trousers on, put the coat on, and say these lines.
Now, as of yet, the toy companies...
Incidentally, when we broke for lunch during that day of Night of the Doctor, and this costume was kind of hot, so I left it hanging there. When I got back, Moffat was wearing it. He had the coat on anyway, and he was saying to Mark Gatiss, "Yeah, take my picture, man." So don't tell him I told you, right?
So, yeah, that outfit, I and I'm sure a lot of other collectors are looking forward to when the action figure of that outfit is released.
Is there not one already?
Not yet. In the meantime, you had to make do.
Well, what about the one with like the interchangeable heads? That's kind of cool.
That's what I was going to say, because I've heard
you have my head in the bag.
Find it kind of disturbing here.
Imagine how disturbing it is when it's actually your head. Your shrunken head. That looks like my dad, isn't it? Great leg father. There we are.
Because in the packaging, John Hurt has a head and a body, and you're this sort of floating.
It's kind of weird. I don't like it. And I don't have to like it.
And I remember you saying on Friday that John Hurt was a very inspirational actor to you.
Yeah, he was. He was the reason, well, one of the chief reasons